everyone and welcome to my channel, Elise Ever After. First off, I just want to say hi to everyone. I hope you're having a really awesome day. I want to just thank you guys for subbing in my channel. It means so much. Second, I really hope that all of this information that I'm about to be throwing at you helps you. If any of these videos help you, please give them a thumbs up to let me know and let others know that it helped you at all. And third, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Elise and hi! So what I'm going to be doing is a sort of mini series called Ever After Experience. It is going to be where I talk about my experience on the Disney College program. For those of you who don't know, I am the Disney College Program Fall Advantage 2016 alumni, and my arrival date was June 13th and my departure date was January 5th. So I spent about 7 months in Orlando working for the Walt Disney Company in entertainment. So I have accumulated quite a bit of experience and I just wanted to sort of put it all in one place for you guys. Siri, I am not talking to you. I know when I was looking for information for my Disney College program, I had to do a lot of wading through different videos to get information, and I just wanted to sort of do something collective where, oh look, she's talking about that specific topic, so I can go and watch that and get the information I need right there rather than going through all of her videos. I mean, I still want you to watch my vlogs, you know, I would love that. This way it's just more easily accessible to you guys. I hadn't planned on actually talking about it, but I realized that I have some pretty good information for you guys, and since apps will be dropping for fall 2017 soon, I thought that I would do some information on applications and the phone interview process and the web-based interview process and all of that information. I'm just going to go ahead and hop right into it. Basically what the initial application is they're just looking at your resume and your interests in Disney. In my opinion, just like most other businesses, they are looking for keywords in your descriptions about your work experience. I think that what they do is they sort of run your resume through a word processing system, and if several of those keywords pop up, then you're automatically able to do the web-based interview. In my personal opinion, that is what I believe truly sets you apart from others. Use strong descriptive words. Look on the internet, look on Google and type in how to build a strong resume and things like that, and sort of use those tips to help you in that process. So next is the web-based interview. Basically what it is, I was really nervous whenever it said web-based interview. I was like, what is this? Oh my gosh. Don't worry, it's not like proctored or anything, which is what I expected it to be. Basically, it's a personality test. I am pretty sure that it's the Humanmetrics Jung Typology test, where it's extrovert versus introvert, sensing versus intuition, thinking versus feeling, and judging versus perceiving. In fact, I am like 95% sure that is the type of personality test it is. And it's just testing whether you agree with something strongly or you disagree with something strongly. An example of a question would be, I am always early for work. Strongly agree, somewhat agree, disagree, strongly disagree. And they'll give you a scenario and you either strongly agree, strongly disagree, or somewhere in between. From what I have heard, they are looking for people who are giving those strong answers, not someone who's like wishy-washy and in between. And if I am correct, I think I got ESFJ. Tip: be sure that you have strong Wi-Fi. If you do not have strong Wi-Fi, if you are going somewhere that is prone to the Wi-Fi going out on you, or if you think that you are going to have to leave and go somewhere soon, be sure that you have at least an hour blocked out on your time. I don't even think it took me that long, but just be sure and go somewhere that you know has strong Wi-Fi. That is something I highly suggest. Someone on my vlog channel just recently asked me a question about preferencing whenever it comes to different jobs. This is a question from Reagan. And hi Reagan, I hope I can answer your question properly. She goes, hi Elise, love your videos, thanks. Thank you. Do you have any recommendations for ranking roles? I have 4 high interest roles, 9 moderate, 6 low interest, and only 3 no interest roles. What do you think? I don't want to seem to come across as too open or too choosy, and I've heard conflicting information. So I'm going to tell you a little bit of my personal experience. From others, I'm not really entirely sure, so hopefully what I have to tell you is helpful, but I was very much like Reagan. I had probably 4 or 5 high interest roles, and that included entertainment, bibbidi bobbidi boutique, character attending, and photography, being a photo pass. And then I had a lot of very moderate interest roles, and then low interest, and then no interest. I put no interest in QSFB, and I put no interest in custodial because I didn't really know what custodial was at the time. So I definitely recommend doing all of your research, what each role is, because Disney World has like a small description, and then pick wisely. Say you only have like 5 high interest roles, 1 moderate, and then nothing else. That means that there's only this much that they can choose an actual job for you from, whereas because you have so many interests, they can pick you in any of those things. Now, I must say, you can still potentially get one of the jobs that you put as your lowest interest. So be careful and make sure that, yes, it might not be your top role, but you still might get it. So just keep that in mind whenever deciding your ranking. I think that what you're doing is very smart because that gives them more options and more opportunities for you to be chosen, if that makes sense. And that actually goes back to the very beginning of the application whenever you are submitting your resume and things like that. Whenever it comes to the actual phone interview, be sure that it is during a time that you can do it. Be sure that you don't have to rush off anywhere afterwards, or be sure that you aren't rushing to be in a place where you can do the phone-based interview. Have a time slot, an hour to 2 hour time slot, where you can be sure that nothing is going to bother you during that time, and also be in a space where you don't have anything distracting going on, you don't have really loud background noises going on. Be sure you have really good service too. For those of you who have seen my phone interview horror story, be sure you have a good working phone. If you have to borrow someone's phone, do it. If you haven't seen that video, you need to go see that video because, whew, that was a ride. Actually, hold off. Don't watch that video until after you've done your phone interview. So that is my advice. Be sure that you have a good space and a good working phone and a good time slot. They can call you 15 minutes prior to your interview time, and they can call you up to 15 minutes after your interview time, which happened with me. They are basically going to ask you, so what do you think you will get out of the Disney College program? How do you think you will benefit from this? I remember personally my answers revolved around getting a new experience of cultural diversity. I know that I will learn strong skills from this program that I can take and develop and harness and put into another job that someday I might have, that I can turn it into real world experience and then therefore harness it and use it again in the future. They will ask you a lot about your top job preferences. So why do you want to do this job? What do you think you can bring to Disney World in this job aspect? They will ask you a lot of safety critical questions. So one of the questions I got that really stuck out to me was, if there is an emergency happening in a role that you are doing, how are you going to handle guests? And then I would tell them, you know, first I would do this and this and this. And then they were like, okay, well, think of that situation again, but there are no managers, there are no leaders around. What are you going to do then? And I remember my answer being that, well, first I would try and calm down guests, and I would show them that, yes, we might be, I would tell them, yes, we might be in a critical situation, but we are going to try our best to remain calm. That way we can figure this out safely and get you to a safe spot. And then I would do my best to find a leader and to get in contact with them even though they're not around, and then we would go about it from there. And I remember whenever she was talking to me about being a character attendant, she said, there's a little child who is terrified of this character. What are you going to do to make him want to go up and see that character? I remember saying, I would go and show that child that this character is nice, they're so fun. I'd go and give them a big hug, give them a high five, and physically show the kid that it's okay, this person is nice, this person is sweet. With housekeeping, which is the role that I was originally accepted into, I remember my interviewer talking about, now I know that housekeeping is not the most popular here at Walt Disney World, so how would you do your job in a way that's beneficial to the guests? And I remember saying, I understand that it's not the most popular, but also it's a job. Everything that we are doing here at Disney World, it's going to be a job regardless of what we do. There are going to be parts that we don't always love, and there are going to be parts that we do love. And so I would just look at it in that frame of mind. The fact that I would be able to help those guests, even if they aren't conscious about it, even if it's subconscious, whenever they come back to this hotel room and having it clean and having it fresh and not having to worry about it being a mess, is subconsciously and consciously to some going to help them and help them have a much better experience at Walt Disney World and have a better vacation, since they are paying so much for them. And I think that after getting hired in housekeeping, my personal opinion is that very much like the resume, whenever you apply, they are looking for keywords and key phrases whenever they are asking you about specific roles. Something that I think they're also looking for is that what you are saying is not mechanical. I think they're also looking for passion in what you're doing behind your voice. If you're monotonous and if you don't sound interested or passionate about you and those potential jobs, then I don't think that they want to hire you. Have some answers already ready in your head. Use some passion in your voice. Make it into a real world experience, something you can take, harness, and put back into the real world. And also be prepared for those safety questions. I think safety is a really big key in how your role specifically can make a guest experience better. I really hope that I answered all of you guys' potential questions, and Reagan, I hope that I answered your question. I think that what you're doing is perfectly fine, and I think it will help you in the end. And good luck to all of you guys who are applying. I've kind of considered applying again just so I can actually film everything and be more specific, so let me know down in the comments below if you would like for me to do that. And like I mentioned earlier, please give this video a thumbs up if it helps you at all in any way, shape, or form. Thanks everyone. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of these videos in the future. I have a whole bunch, like 7 or 8 other ones for the future, so hopefully those will help you too. So subscribe and join the Elise Ever After fam. I am going to be calling you guys the Ever Afters because I like the way that sounds. I think it flows. Bye everyone, and I will see you guys in the next video. Mwah!